Welcome everyone to your next 3 months reading. In this reading I'm going to do one for each sign, and it's going to be the energies for the next 3 months. So that's October, November and December. Now they're just going to be little quick readings as far as I'm aware, of course. Once I start, that can always change, but just to give a bit of insight all up front, and then you can watch this video with the monthly videos and just get a bigger picture of how the energies might be playing out for you. Now, I was fine as I was preparing for this reading, but as I sat down to start, I got a really croaky voice. I can feel it starting to dissipate a little bit, but it keeps coming back. Now, I don't have a cold. I did pause to see if maybe the croaky voice was my own energy, but I have a feeling that it's come about to acknowledge that I think the majority of us are blocked going into the next 3 months. So there is some aspect of our life, of ourselves, that we are blocking, or that we're not willing to look at, or that for some we can't see yet. It might just be a feeling, but we just don't know what that feeling is linked to. And I start my readings always with Aries and then work through to Pisces. So I get the feeling, we'll see if I get croaky, if I stay croaky throughout the readings, but it might just be that as the readings progress, I might get less croaky, I might get more croaky, and that might just be that maybe the first signs are the most blocked, and then as we progress, the signs are getting less and less blocked, or maybe on a different journey or path, or a different level of openness. So we'll see how that goes, but I was asked to say that just to let you know. So what can also happen is that when we are blocked, what people say or these messages that might come across might trigger you in some way. They might just simply not resonate. They might annoy you in some way. They might make you feel sad, uncomfortable. It apply, you know, there's so many emotions that can be applied in that scenario, so everybody will be a little bit different. But when we are blocked, what people say, we tend to either not listen, not want to listen, or it just doesn't sit well with us, or we don't understand it because we're just not there. We're just so for those of you that these readings might just leave you cold and just uninterested, please know that it's not for now. Maybe come back in November or December and listen again, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. So just take things as you feel them, and just know that there is what's the word I'm looking for? There's no need to understand. There's no need to push. There's no need to fight with anything. If anything, when we feel blocked, the best thing we can do is surrender and just let go. So with this energy that I'm getting straight up front, it'll be interesting to see how the cards play out. So I will put timestamps below so you can skip the introduction if you want to. Because I'm going to be shuffling well and then wanting to sit with the energies for a while, I'm going to do the shuffling speeded up and in fast motion, so then you don't have to sit through it, just so that these videos don't get too long for you. Again, for those of you that are joining me that have been here before, thank you so much. I love this little community that we're building together, and I love the energies that you bring forth. And for those of you that are new, welcome. I hope you find something that is useful, and I hope this little community brings you some love, joy and support. Let's get started in the reading. Welcome, Sagittarius. We have October, November and December. Let's get right into it. So you start with October with celebration, and it says celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. Isn't that beautiful? And we are. We receive gifts from the universe, we receive opportunities and things like that, but we are a gift in this world. We are unique. There is nobody else like us, nobody else that thinks exactly like us on all levels. And I don't think we tune into that. I don't think we even think about it or acknowledge it enough. I wonder if you're coming into this understanding, Sagittarius. I wonder if maybe you have a gift to offer the world. Well, the universe is going to work through you to bring gifts to the world. And this is celebrate your achievements. Your achievements are going to have a ripple effect so much further than you ever could have thought, and so much further than you will ever know. Celebrate. I feel like you've been working towards something, and this can just be you're working internally on your spiritual journey, working on yourself. This could be working, a new job or your business, or working towards, having a better family life, or whatever it is that you've been working on. We celebrate at the end of something, don't we? We celebrate after the work's been done. We celebrate on completion of something. So I also feel that this card is bringing a completion of the project that you've been doing, or whatever you've been striving to achieve. And I get the feeling you've got relationship change. You've got a 5, and you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is the new possibilities and new opportunities that the universe is bringing you. Look at this, you've got dreams. The Queen of Wands, all about fulfilling your passion, what drives you, self-love. This, whatever you've been working on, is to bring you to a new level, so then you can embark on new dreams in line with who you are now, your authentic self. I think you're going to come into a real realization of who you are, Sagittarius. And I'm talking about that on a deep level. Your dreams and goals may be changing now because of this new understanding. And then you've got relationship change, and you've got the 5 and the 6, and then the 11, which is the double 1, and then the 2. So the 5 is all about change. It's about that new adventure. It's about those new opportunities. Making choices and decisions that initiate change, that initiate movement forward in a different direction. And there is risk in the 5. And there are surprises that come with the number 5. So the number 5 is also associated with taking chances. The 6 is about harmony. It's about family and love. It's your home, it's your relationships, it's your health. It's about your wealth. The 6 is also a card of responsibility. And then you've got the double 1s. And look, you've got a 1 here as well. You get a 1 here when it comes to 13. So you've got a lot of 1s, the new beginning. And that's the fresh new energy, the new goals, the new opportunities. It's the new. It's the beginning. And then that comes to the 2. The 2 is a real soul number. It's your intuition. It's the balance. It's new partnerships. It's about patience and peace and trust. Slowing down and listening. Now all those are linked into your relationships. They'll be changing. They'll be harmonizing, or there'll be new ones coming in. And I feel when we change, one of the things that changes the most is our relationships, because we can change so profoundly. And I feel that's what this celebration card is. It's almost like you've come to a complete new realization. Your beliefs, your ideals, everything on every level you have changed. And that changes our relationships. Sometimes relationships have to fall away, they end. Sometimes they just change because the dynamics change. We've changed, so therefore they change. And sometimes new ones come in to be aligned with who we now are, what we now believe in, the new direction we're taking our life. And this can be relationships on all level. And Sagittarius, I'm called to say, this is also your relationship with yourself. is changing. The way that you talk to yourself is changing. The way that you believe in yourself, you trust yourself, you acknowledge yourself, you honor and nurture yourself. And I'm called to say, be okay with it, Sagittarius. Don't hold on. Don't try to salvage what doesn't need to be. To try to keep relationships going when we're no longer the person that can be in them is really difficult. It really takes a lot of energy, and we're so not in line with it anymore that it really costs us. And by that I mean in energy, in sacrifice, sacrificing who we now are. So don't hold on if you feel inclined to. Allow things to change. Change is not always bad. Change, you know, we are so afraid of change, but change can just bring in a fresh breath of air. Change can bring new energy, new inspiration. It can bring new dreams, new love, new cause for celebration. In October, Sagittarius, you've also got the Ace of Pentacles. Now the aces for me are the universe offering you a gift, bringing you something, generally in the form of an opportunity. But it's a minor arcana, so the universe is bringing you a gift, but you have to do something with it. You have to see it and accept it. If you do nothing with it, it just it doesn't come to anything. The card says, a windfall of abundance, wise counsel or good fortune, an exciting career opportunity, a lucrative contract, significant purchases like a home or vehicle, and lucrative contract, Now the Ace of Pentacles is, your pentacles are your tangible things. They're the resource in life. They're the real things you can touch and see in our real world. So the opportunity is tangible. But like I said, you have to take it, you have to do something with it. And the Ace of Pentacles generally leads to prosperity, to abundance in our reality. So it leads to the right people, our soul tribe, money, comfortable living, however you see that. And there's a level of comfort, not and as in comfort zone, but comfort as in ease. And I feel that it's in allowing what needs to change, allowing in what needs to fall away. That's how the new can come in, and that's how we can see. When we're busy holding on to a job that we don't want to let go of, how can we see the opportunity of a new job? We're so focused on keeping hold of the old job that we're not looking, we don't notice. We're using so much energy to hold on to the old job, we don't have any energy to take, our hands are too busy grasping the old. to be able to open them and receive the offering of the new. And hold on to that image of you grasping too tightly on something that you can't receive. This takes no energy, it just takes openness and trust. This takes energy with no good can come of it except exhaustion. And then in November, we have dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. Now, for this reading, Sagittarius, with all the other cards that you have around, the universe is going to speak to you about your dreams. The universe is going to guide you to your dreams, to new goals. They might come to you in the form, you know, while you're asleep, in your dreams. You might get a few downloads like that. But this is about your dreams and your goals in this reading. And I'm looking at this physical activity, and I'm not seeing it as in like sport, walking, running, that kind of thing. I'm seeing it as find physical ways to bring your dreams into reality. This is, I just get a sense that these new dreams that are going to, these new dreams, not nighttime dreaming, but the dreams and goals, when they come to you, when you hear the calling of your soul, let me put it that way, it's going to light you up. It's going to, you've got love, self-love, you've got love. The Queen of Pentacles in December, the Queen of Wands in December. I see this as your soul, something that lights up your heart, your passion, your dreams. And I feel November is going to be a month where you see this opportunity, and this opportunity can be just something that guides you to make you realize, hey, I could start my own business. I can go and try and live in that country that I've always dreamt of. I can start a new relationship. I can start a family. I can start whatever. Fill that in your soul's calling, in whatever way that guides you. And there'll be physical activity involved. You've got the Three of Pentacles, which is working on your craft, doing what you love, working with your natural gifts and talents. And that's the physical activity I see with this card. It's finding physical ways to start to implement your dreams. It's the activity that is required to bring an idea to our reality and make it tangible, make it real. Now we had the 6, so we've got another 6, like you've got 3 6s. The 6s is for me really the big number of harmony. And it's really seeking harmony in your family, in love, in home, in relationships, with your wealth, your health. It can also depict a home business, you know, working from home, working for yourself. And the 6 is the number of responsibility. The 6 is like you realize it's your responsibility. It's your I'm trying to think of how do I explain that? Thank you. It's like you taking ownership, that you guide how your relationships go, how your wealth goes, how your love is to yourself and to others. The 7 is the spiritual. It's spiritual awakening, it's spiritual insight, it's intuition, it's wisdom, it's learning. The 7 is the let go and let God. And together they come to 13, 1, all those new beginnings. 3 is the number of joy. It's connections, it's being social, sharing your feelings. It's the number of pleasure and optimism. 3 is also creativity, how you express yourself creatively. And look, you've got the 3. Look at that, this comes to 11, the double 1, and you've got the 1 here. You've got a lot of 1s. There's another 1 in here when it comes to 13. And then you've got 4. Grounding your dreams into the physical world is going to bring you the number 4, which is security. It's your foundations. The 4 is also the work side of things. It's also the planning. It's the focus, the concentration, the commitment. It takes commitment to bring our dreams to reality. It takes planning, because we try to see, how do we bring our dreams to the 3D, to the physical world? There's going to be, I get the feeling that there's going to be a lot of work involved, but I feel that you are going to do it with such an open heart. It's work that you love. It's work so aligned with your authentic self, your soul, that it's like they say, do what you love and you don't work a day in your life. Well, it doesn't mean that you do nothing, you have a life of leisure. But we get lost. When we love something, time goes past and we get lost in it. And it's not the drudgery of work. It's not the, oh, I have to do that again. There's a joy in it. There's a sense of giving of ourselves. It feeds our self-love and it puts love out into the world. So the 3 of Pentacles, the card says, do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors. Being paid well for your craft. Working well with others. An excellent reputation. And they're kind of the reward for what we do. And I feel with this love and with the Queen of Wands in December, yes, we have to eat. We need money for our home, you know, to have shelter and to have food and to have warmth and protection and all that kind of thing. So yes, in our reality, we need resources in order to survive in our world and to thrive. But I get the feeling that this dream, this work, this planning of how you're going to bring it into the physical world, the activeness that you're going to bring your dream into the world. I just get the feeling that the money is just going to be a bonus. Or what comes of it, the recognition or whatever you get from it, is just a bonus because you just want to do this. And Sagittarius, for some of you, you might not yet have this figured out. That's where this comes into it. Remember the 4, which is what the 67 comes to ultimately. The 4 is the planning, it's the work, it's those details, you know, being focused on details, getting those little jobs done. And it's commitment and concentration, and all that comes together into a plan of being able to take action. So some of you might just be at the planning stage of it, trying to envision what this will look like, how you can go about it. You might already know exactly how to do it, how to bring it into the world. But maybe you need to figure out, well, how will I live off it? So some of you may need to look at that aspect of it. But don't make it all about resources, the money, or what you're trying to achieve. Remember, it comes from the pure pleasure of it. And then we go into December with love. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. And that's this. That's being aligned with your soul. That's being aligned with who you are today. And it's gratitude for all the past yous that brought you here. And what I mean by that is, you know, the child that went through its difficulties and learnt and grew from it. At teenage years, young adult years, all the way through to where you are now. And every time you changed, every time you evolved, every time you grew, every time you accepted those challenges, every time you got knocked down but you got back up again. Celebrate that. Be grateful for you. All those yous that was lost, but you kept going. And it brings you to, all those lessons brings you to who you are now. And I love share the love that is in your soul. And I feel, Sagittarius, that's what you're doing here. This dream it's deep. And it feeds your soul, it comes from your soul, but it's going to go out into the world, into your community, to your family. Apply that as it resonates, but it will be shared. And in such a positive way. And the interesting thing, Sagittarius, is when we learn self-love, when we love ourselves truly and deeply, love just radiates out of us. We don't have to strive or be, we don't have to strive to be anything but ourselves. When we love ourselves, that love spills out onto others just naturally, without us having to force it or control it or be mindful of it. There's that 6 again, that harmony. Harmony in all aspects of your life. And the 1. The because this self-love is going to bring you new beginnings. It's going to bring you new opportunities. And then it's 7. Spiritualness, spiritual insight, spiritual growth, wisdom. Self-love is so important, and it's sad that it is so difficult for us often to achieve. It's difficult to look at ourselves without the ego inflating us or demoralizing us, making us less than we are, but to look at ourselves and to love who we are, who we have become, who we were and who kept trying, who we are trying to still become. Self-love is real compassion. And I feel, Sagittarius, I don't know what you've been doing, but it's really worked on your heart chakra. It's really worked on love of who you are, love of what you do, and love of others. You're driven by your soul. You're driven by your passions. So it's the Queen of Wands, and the card says brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. There is nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. The need for balance between career and personal life. That's interesting because we've got a lot of 6s. And balance between the real world and your spiritual self. How to align the two and then live, not being spiritual here and pragmatic here, but how do you blend the two and apply it in all aspects of your life? Not be this way when you're home alone and this way when you're out in public, or this way when you're at work and this way when you're with your family. Being authentic means we are who we are all the time, with no pretenses or masks. And the Queen's, for me, is that receiving energy. The Queen knows, the Queen of Wands knows that she will receive what she needs to receive to manifest and to move forward, to fulfill her soul's journey and her passions. She believes in herself, but she also believes that there is something much bigger at play. There's something much bigger than her physical self. There is something much bigger that she can receive from. There's that connection between all things. And she knows that by allowing herself to receive, she can then, and this is the energies, not the male and female, but the Queen of Wands knows she can receive what she needs to achieve her goals. Then that puts her in the energy of the King of Wands, who then can push out into the world the dreams and goals that then benefit others. It's always this exchange. And this love, sharing the love that's in your soul. And I feel that's by doing what you love, by doing what ignites your passion, your dreams, your goals. It brings you a lot of self-love. Oh my gosh, Sagittarius, what a reading. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for joining me again. Love and light, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.